The semi-automatic offside technology attracted wide attention recently in the Qatar World Cup. In the match between Argentina versus Saudi Arabia, Argentina was repeatedly whistled for offside violation. 3 goals were ruled out. One of them is by Messi and the other 2 by Lautaro. According to International Federation of Association Football, the semi-automatic offside technology system consists of 2 parts. Part 1 is the sensor installed inside the football. The sensor transmits data 500 times per second. It enables the system to determine the precise position of the football in real time and the kick point. The other part is the 12 tracking cameras installed in the stadium. These cameras also transmit data 50 times per second. The camera tracks not only the ball, but also 29 data points of each individual player, calculating their exact position on the pitch. The main provider of semi-automatic offside technology is Hawkeye Corporation, and as a result was pushed to the forefront, becoming the focus of public attention. Today we will talk about the founder of Hawkeye, Paul Hawkins, who is called the father of Hawkeye. Paul is British. He loved playing cricket since 3 years old, especially loved to play it in his living room. When he was playing cricket, he was often treated unfairly by the referee. Who is the referee? His dad. The rule of his family's cricket game is that once he hits out of bounds, he has to go to bed. So when his dad wants him to sleep, he says he's out of bounds. Once he hit a really nice shot, but his father said he was out of bounds. This incident seriously hurt his young heart. Decades later, at the World Football Forum, Paul still talked about it indignantly.
"That's out," he said. I was appalled. That was a great shot. I had no opportunity to challenge the call, ask for a television review, or any other form of protest. I was 3 years old. I threw down my bat.
Can you imagine the anger and despair of a 3-year-old being wronged? Nothing he can do, no place to plead, there is no video to watch the playback. Nowhere to protest, he can only vent his anger by throwing the bat. This unfair call had planted a seed in his heart. He is determined to solve this problem when he grows up. When he grew up, Paul went to college and studied at Durham University. Although this university is not as famous as Oxford and Cambridge, it is said that this school has great sports, and it has an excellent cricket academy. Paul also played cricket throughout his college days. During that time, he encountered all kinds of unreliable referees, and cricket is a sport that especially relies on referees to make subjective judgments. So every time when he gets an unfair referee, Paul would always think about what he can do to change the status quo. Paul originally wanted to be a professional cricket player. Later, he changed his mind and studied mathematics and computer science. He even got a PhD in artificial intelligence. After graduating in 1999, he joined a technology company as an engineer. During that time, he began developing the early Hawkeye system. He made a high-speed camera system that can track the flight of a cricket and work with a computer program to determine the future path of the cricket. In 2001, Paul founded the Hawkeye Technology Company. In the beginning, the company was very small and only had a few people. They pitched their Hawkeye system to the sporting organizations of cricket matches, but it turned out that people weren't interested at all. Because the sports organization is a monopoly, they just organized games and people would watch the games anyway. Regarding to using the technology to improve the judgment of the referee, they're not that enthusiastic. Paul hit the wall everywhere. However, when one door shuts, another opens. Television stations took an interest in his technology. There are many television stations, and the competition is fierce. They're eager to improve their production and provide better value to the audience. If a TV station uses Hawkeye for instant replay while broadcasting a game and overlays graphics showing the predicted path of the ball, it would allow the audience to see more clearly, and there would be better viewership. So the TV stations are willing to buy Paul's Hawkeye program. Hawkeye soon starts as a broadcast tool in British televised cricket games. His company also starts to make a profit. But cricket is only played by a small population in the world. Paul wants to use his Hawkeye system for more sports. This time he aimed for tennis. Tennis balls are small and move fast. Sometimes the referee can't see clearly during the game. There's ample scope for Hawkeyes in tennis. Paul pitched to tennis sports organizations in major tennis tournaments and showed them their product. However, he hit the wall again and again. Like cricket, tennis organization officials always neglected or rejected him. Paul once thought sports organizations would never use the Hawkeye system. He could only sell it to more TV stations. Unexpectedly, when more and more TV stations used the Hawkeye system, things turned around. The turning point came in September 2004 in the quarterfinals of the US Open, Serena Williams versus Jennifer Capriati. Serena Williams got more attention in the game, not only because she wore an eye-catching denim skirt, but more because she was treated unfairly by the referee in the game. The referee of the game made 4 misjudgments and believed that Serena Williams' ball went out of bounds, but replays on TV showed her ball didn't go out of bounds. There was even a time when a line judge made the right call, but the referee overruled the correct judgment of the line referee and decided that Serena Williams' ball went out. Actually, the ball is still 4 to 5 centimeters away from going out of bounds. No one knows why the referee overruled the judgment of the line referee, because the ball fell to the other side of the court, far from where the referee sits, and the line referee obviously sees better than the referee. After the game, news around the world exploded. Everyone's talking about the poor referee's call in this game. US Open loses face because it is them who organized the game and invited the referee. They were scolded by fans all over the world. And since the game was played between a white and a black athlete, the game showed a preference for the white athlete, and so the US Open was even accused of racial discrimination. After this incident, the US Open and the International Tennis Federation invited Hawkeye to their courts to install the video assistant referee. 12 months later, the US Open becomes the first Grand Slam tournament which installs the Hawkeye system. Television station was crucial in the growth of Hawkeye Company. Not only do they pay for their products, but they also provide an excellent marketing service for them. They make sports organizers realize that when TV stations are all using Hawkeye, every TV viewer in the world knows the right call, while only the referees on the scene don't. Under the pressure, sports organizations have to use Hawkeye. The same thing happens in football. Hawkeye Company hopes to convince International Federation of Association Football, FIFA, to use their system and was repeatedly rejected. FIFA's 2010 Board of Directors decided not to use the video assistant referee system. As a result, there was a series of misjudgments at the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. For example, in the game between England and Germany, England midfielder Frank Lampard's goal was disallowed. The ball hit the crossbar, obviously landing past the goal line. However, the Uruguayan referee nor the lineman saw anything. There are many other errors like this. FIFA then, under pressure, also began to use the video assistant referees. It's a pity sports organizations aren't willing to embrace new technology, says Paul. Their acceptance is reluctant. It's usually because referees made a major mistake first. It was widely criticized. They had to accept it only after being pressured by the public opinion. In fact, not only sports organizations are like that. Many large institutions and companies in the world are similar. When people are making innovations, they often encounter a lot of resistance from institutions that are unwilling to change or someone with vested interests. In 2010, Hawkeye was acquired by Sony Corporation of Japan. The acquire price is estimated to be around £15 million and £20 million. After the acquisition, Paul still served as the head of Hawkeye. He also became Director of Innovation at Sony Sports. Over the past 10 years, Hawkeye has grown considerably. Hawkeye system is now adopted by more than 20 sports, installed in hundreds of stadiums in many countries, and used by thousands of events every year. The success of Hawkeye system brought Paul not only wealth, but also many honors. He is widely regarded as an important figure in the history of tennis. He was awarded as an OBE, Officer of the Order of the British Empire. He received the Emmy Award for his contribution for television broadcasting. The wide use of Hawkeye also reflects people's yearning for fairness and justice and the desire to know the truth. Of course, Hawkeye's technology is still not perfect and there may be errors. There's a lot of room for improvement, but which scientific and technological process in human history is not based on repeated mistakes and failures? I feel Paul is an inspirational figure. When we encounter unfair referees, many people will yell, smash things, or curse to vent emotions. But Paul came up with a great solution. He overcomes great obstacles and makes it widely adopted, turning a startup company into a well-known international brand. I think we should thank Paul and all the hardworking people in this industry. Their efforts not only allow us to watch sports better, but also make the sports more fair.